came into the group classes, it was almost like if you didn't look, you didn't even know she was there. And now she's part of our demonstration team too. So we go perform publicly, and we have a performance coming up next month for the Danbury Kids Fest, Kids Expo.
Oh, do you know what the date is on that?
That is Sunday, April 27th.
Okay.
It's at the Danbury Sports Dome.
Oh, the new one.
Right, yes, the new one over there. It's a great event. It's hosted, oh, now I can't remember who hosts it. That's a shame. But it's a great event.
But people can check it out.
Yeah,
I'm sure
anyone
it will be
who,
online.
right.
And what's the name of it again?
It's the Danbury Kids Expo.
Kids Expo.
They
We'll
can
have to
find
go
them
to that.
online. You can find them on Facebook. And all the money goes towards kids' activities in Danbury and towards, I'm trying to remember, a couple other charitable organizations. So it's a great event, yeah.
That's fantastic. We'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Now, you recently got that lovely new color wrapped around your waist. What did you have to do to get that?
Well, first we had to complete 2 kindness sheets, and we had to memorize our Sawatchuck and our 8-point blocking system for being an orange belt.
That's wonderful, and I saw you do that. That's pretty cool. It's very impressive, so we'll have to make sure that we go to that Kids Expo so we can check out the team there. Could you, I want to come back to talk about the different levels and the different things that you offer people that might be in different places in their lives. Could you talk a little more on that?
As far as the classes go?
Yeah,
or?
because you said you have adults, you have from 4 to 65,
Yeah.
there must be different classes that you offer.
Yes, yeah, no, we don't put everyone together. Yeah, no, right. We have martial art classes for everyone. Anyone who's interested in learning the martial arts, we have a class for. And if it's not an actual group class, we do private lessons. In fact, we have autistic students. So I mean, and that's always a really wonderful thing for me to do too. But our classes are broken down by age and then skill level. So a beginner, it may be a beginner child or maybe a beginner adult, but you're always going to be working with your peers. Now that being said, the curriculum, the focus of that curriculum changes a little bit, whether it's a child or an adult. We wouldn't be doing the same random acts of kindness sheets with adults that we would with children. You know, that's a great thing to instill in young adults, young children. But you know, as professionals coming in, they have different needs. We still try to work on, we still work along the same lines as respect. We still work on the same lines of empowerment through self-defense and through meditation. So we still achieve the same goals, but through different means.
Yeah, that's nice because you're finding out what they really need. And can I tell you, adults, we really need that meditation part of it.
A lot,
maybe I'm just talking about me.
You'd be surprised how many people come in looking for stress relief.
I would not, I don't think. So, can I put you guys on the spot? You can feel free to tell me no.
Okay.
But I'd be like no. But I think this is something you could do. Do you think you would be able to recite the Students' Creed for everyone?
Yeah,
You think you can do that? Would you like to do that together so it's not as scary?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Go ahead. Do you need Mr. Rob or can you do it?
I think we can do it. I think,
You think you can do it?
I think so.
All right. Let's hear it.
Student Creed, we commit ourselves to mental and physical discipline, to be friends with one another, and to develop strength within our group. We shall never fight to achieve selfish goals, but to develop wisdom and character, our ultimate commitments. Unite for right, sir.
That's wonderful. That's great.
Fabulous.
That's great.
I love that. That was fantastic, guys.
One of the best things I heard too was Luke say that he didn't need my help. I love when the students don't need me. It really is. I mean, that's one of the greatest feelings is when the students no longer need the instructor.
Right.
You know, it's a really nice feeling. It means that you did your job. You know.
Yeah, and as a parent, even though you want to give them those wings,
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
there's a little bit of a tug.
Absolutely. Right. And you'd be surprised how much committed martial arts instructors feel the same way.
Yeah.
we're a Korean martial arts school. But so we don't use a lot of the same terminology that most people may be used to because they're so familiar with like Japanese karate, whether they know it or not.
Right.
Like gis and their teachers may be called sensei. In Japanese karate, sensei literally means father because of the relationship you develop over a period of time with your students. Obviously these are not my children, but like I said at the beginning, I've invested so much time and emotion in them that, I mean, to see them do that and to say, oh, we don't need Mr. Rob's help, it's great.
Good,
it feels
right?
really good. Yeah, it really does.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay, what would you say to someone that's never done any type of martial art and is maybe thinking about it? What would you recommend or potentially warn or challenge or tell them ahead of time? What would you say?
Okay, well, the first thing I would tell anyone who's never done a martial art but is interested in them, no matter what their age, no matter what their physical ability may be, they can do it if they want to. And maybe the biggest thing would be finding the right instructor and the right school for them. And that's not necessarily me, that's not necessarily anybody, but there is the good match for anybody. So anybody who has the desire and the drive to do it can definitely do it, regardless of age or ability. That being said, some things, my biggest piece of advice would be there's so much information available on the internet today that there are lots of great third-party websites to go and find out about the martial arts. There are so many different martial arts based on striking or grappling or wrestling or all sorts of different things that one may not apply to you. So if you get a better idea of what martial art you may be interested in, you'll have an easier time finding the right school. And then with that being said, try some schools. Don't just join the first one you find, because some schools, like you said, may have a great family atmosphere, which is something you may want. Others, maybe you don't want that. Maybe you just want a school that you go in and you get a workout and it's more like a gym. And there are schools like that. So my advice would be do a little bit of research, find out what martial art you may be interested in, and then visit some schools. Don't just go to the first school you see because it's right around the corner and it's convenient. If it is, that's great, but
it may not be the right fit.
Exactly.
And that's what's most important in something like this, right?
Correct,
Make sure it's the right fit.
Correct, the right fit for you with the school and the instructor.
Right.
Everything else should fall in place.
Excellent, excellent. I've got another one for you. What is, Kiley, I'm gonna ask you first. What is your all-time favorite thing that you do in class?
Personally, I like the flying sidekicks.
I knew it. I love those flying sidekicks. I want to get out there and do one. I actually thought that might be your answer.
That was mine.
Oh, she took your answer. It's okay if you both like the same thing. I hear you have some new flying moves that you're going to be showing us the next time, right? Yeah, learning for the next belt. So Luke, your next belt is going to be
An orange.
orange. And Kiley, what's your next one?
Blue.
Blue, okay. And after blue is?
I think purple.
Very good.
Blue, purple, and then brown? No?
No, red.
Oh, what is
Red, very good, right.
I have no idea. Are these still very different? Are these different than other?
Yeah.
Yes, every
Okay,
martial arts
yeah.
style, and then sometimes school, based on the instructor and their preference and what their lineage is, has different system of belts. Sometimes the colors just go from a light shade to a dark shade, representing just more and more knowledge. These Taekwondo belts actually follow the life cycle. There's a big, I don't want to take up too much of your time with this, but it follows more of our adult curriculum, understanding why you're receiving a certain belt. White belt is just a clear slate, plain paper. Yellow belt means that the first little hints of sunshine are starting to peek through. They're realizing there's a lot more to see. The next belt is orange belt. The sun is up. You can see pretty clearly. You may not be able to do a whole lot. You're not standing on anything too fertile, but you can at least see that there's a lot going on. Green belt, well, now you have a little grass. You can stand on something and you can see. So you see as these.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, there's a big philosophy that goes along with our Taekwondo belts.
We only have a few minutes left, but I'm going to do a little bit, maybe pick your brain a little bit afterward. Did you know that?
No,
No, me either. Learned something new. Did you know that?
No.
No, see, every day, learning
That's
something
the idea,
new.
right.
That's what it's all about, that openness to learn a little bit more about who we are, what we're capable of, and how we can use those gifts that we have, that we discover, to help other people.
Absolutely. Our school motto is continuous growth through continuous effort.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's good. All right, I'm going to ask you, what is the biggest challenge that you faced in your years, either as a student or as an instructor?
Oh boy, I faced a lot of different challenges. Biggest challenge either as a student or as an instructor. Oh man, that's a tough one. I can only pick one.
No, you can only pick one.
I can only pick one.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess as an instructor, the biggest challenge I had was when I first opened the school, probably that first year, making sure that I could keep the school open. I had invested so much time and effort in bringing students, and I had some students that had been training with me for a long time, and we had been training in parks, we had been training in basements, I had been doing private lessons in gyms and for continuing ed programs. So there was a lot of pressure on me, not just from a financial sense because I wanted to succeed, but from a personal sense because my students wanted a home and we felt homeless.
Right, right.
So to really make sure that I was giving my students a school, there was a lot of pressure there. And that was a big challenge, making sure that there are so many different things that need to come together to make that work, from finances to just a space to equipment to new students. So that was probably
There's
the
a lot
biggest.
that goes into
yeah, there's a lot there.
A lot more.
That may have been the biggest
challenge.
challenge as an instructor, was making sure I could give my students a good place to train.
Oh, I bet. Okay, we are coming to the close of our show. I warned you this was going to fly by, didn't I? I encourage you guys to continue on because you're both amazing and fabulous. And I want to give a big thank you
It was my pleasure.
to Mr. Rob for his instruction and for coming and sharing your wisdom and insight with us today.
Thank you.
Do you want to say what are the last 5 aims again?
Respect, humility, perseverance, self-control, and honesty.
Wonderful.
Awesome. You guys rock. Continue on with that. And a wonderful thank you to all of our viewers today. And I encourage you to learn a little bit more about this. Mr. Rob, can you give your website so that they can check out more about Taekwondo?
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
Our website is AmericanTigerMartialArts.com. And there's plenty of information about our school, but there's also a large blog of articles about the history of martial arts, about the different meanings of belts that we talked about, and about some of the tenets we discussed. So there's a lot of information on there just to research.
Excellent. Fantastic. Well, thank you. Enjoy that. Check it out. Learn a little bit more. And we'll see you next time. So that was